Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here and welcome to another reading vlog. I just started my job last week and I'm trying to figure out how I can still read and work. So I figured I would take you guys along with me in a realistic what I read in a week while also working a job. Today is Saturday, October 13th, and I'm currently at my friend's apartment because we're going to a Sabrina Carpenter concert tonight. But before we go and get ready for that, we're actually going to hang out and read for a little bit. So I brought a few books that I might potentially start. I first brought Wayward by Amelia Hart. My boyfriend actually got me this in my boo basket. I don't know that I'm specifically in the mood for this, but I asked him what book I should read, and of course he said the one he bought me. It's supposed to be a witchy, spooky fall book, and it follows 3 different perspectives of witches and their experience with, I think their experience with men, to be honest. I don't really know much about it. I do know that I think it might be a bit too complex for the mood I'm in right now. I kind of want something very fun and easy to read. So I also brought A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, the last book in the ACOTAR series, because I haven't finished the series yet and I really want to. But I don't know if I want to read this book because I'm just so intimidated by the size of it. I'm also having a difficult time getting into the different perspectives in this book because it's not Feyre and I'm so used to Feyre. So I'm kind of struggling to get into this. I feel like I need to read it on my Kindle so I'm not looking at the sheer size of this thing while trying to read it. Then I also brought my Kindle because I was considering reading The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hildebrand because I also really want to read that and watch the show. It's like a mystery about couples. I don't really know, to be honest. I have no idea what this is about. But those were the 3 books that I had on my mind. But then when I got here, I showed my friend those books and I told her, I was like, I want something fun and easy. And I asked her if she had anything in mind and she was like, wait, I have the perfect book for you. And she told me I should read Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I've heard so many things about it. I was kind of nervous to read a dragon book. I've never read anything about dragons before, but I do love the movie How to Train Your Dragon. It's like one of my favorite movies ever. But she was so excited for me to read this book that it got me excited, so now I feel like I'm gonna end up getting this on my Kindle and reading this book instead. I don't know why I feel like it's a good idea for me to start a new series when my goal should be finishing all these series, but I've been wanting to read this for a while. My friend is saying that she thinks I'll like it, and she said it is like the perfect thing for what I need right now, something easy and fun and captivating. So I think I'm gonna start off this vlog with Fourth Wing. I'm really excited, and I will take you guys with me through a week of working and reading and see how much I realistically read in a week. I'm excited. I know you're starting a new book right now. Hi, good morning. My voice, this is so bad. I went to the Sabrina Carpenter concert last night. I currently don't have a voice. It was so much fun, like one of the best concerts I've ever been to. And I went to the Eras tour. My eyes are literally watering as I speak. But it was actually up there with the Eras tour. She did such a good job at making the whole thing so cohesive and just so entertaining. She had like commercials and everything. It was like the most fun I've ever had. We were so close to her. Like, I feel like she probably could have seen me. It was so much fun, but I was definitely regretting it when I got home at midnight and had to wake up at 6. I'm tired and I don't have a voice, but I'm currently at work and I have to go in soon. But I've been listening to Fourth Wing on my audiobook. I like to listen to them on my drives to work because sometimes they get so long with like kids being dropped off for school and other people going to work. But today was surprisingly not as bad. But I'm on chapter 3
I feel like the chapters are so long. That whole time I was reading at my friend's house, I just got through chapter 1 and a little bit past it. I'm a very, very slow reader though, but I'm already excited and really enjoying it. It's super fun. It's reminding me a lot of Divergent because she has to pick a different, they call them quadrant, like a different quadrant to go in, and they all have different careers or like things that you do. There's the riders, so the people who ride dragons, and then the scribers, so they write, and then there's healers, and it reminds me of Divergent because they also have the different quadrants that you go into. The riders one reminds me of the one that Triss goes in. I forgot, is it the Divergent one? Because like you can get killed if you don't pass, which is kind of the same in Divergent. I feel like there are some similarities there, but also it's reminding me of How to Train Your Dragon, and I love that movie so much. I have like a weird obsession with a few kid movies. Like How to Train Your Dragon is one of my favorite movies ever, and Zootopia, like I love Zootopia so much, but I'm actually really having fun with it. It's super fun. I see why people loved this. I wanted to understand the hype, and I think I'm going to. And my friend, she rated it, I think like a 3.5. She's considering a 4, and she rates harsher than me. Believe it or not, because I feel like I rate pretty harshly. But when she rates something like a 3.5 or 4, I'm like, okay, then it's gonna be a 4.5 or 5 for me. So I'm really excited because I'm having a lot of fun. That's my update, and now I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna scare all the patients with my voice. I'll see you when I see you. Back from work now. I'm done for the day. I didn't update you guys this morning on what I was reading, but I listened to my audiobook in the car, and I read a little bit more last night, and then I'm excited because I'm going to listen to it on the way home now. I'm on chapter 9 of Fourth Wing right now. I'm enjoying it so much. I can already tell I'm just really going to love this book because it's just so fun and it's unique. I feel like I haven't really read a fantasy just like this one before, but it's following Violet, and she's entered into the Riders Quadrant because her family is a family of riders. It's very difficult to survive in the Riders Quadrant and to actually become a rider and have a dragon. And if you like Trials, I feel like it's kind of Trials in its own unique way of seeing like, can she survive these things? But I already have theories about what's going to happen. I definitely know that this is a romantasy. I have theories about who the romantic interest is going to be, and then I have theories about which dragon she's going to get, if she gets a dragon. I think she's going to get a dragon. I'm excited to know if I'm right or not, but this book is just what I needed. I just wanted a fun fantasy, and I'm having fun with it. And now I'm going to drive home, and I'm going to listen to the audiobook, and I'm going to shower, and I'm gonna get ready because my boyfriend comes over every Tuesday and we watch Only Murders in the Building together because it comes out on Tuesdays. That's like one of my favorite shows ever. It's one of my comfort TV shows. I love it so much. I'm so excited to do that. It's like my favorite thing to do every week. I look forward to it. But that's my plan for the day. And also, thank you guys for subscribing. I have 300 subscribers now. That is so exciting. I'm shocked. I will see you soon, I guess. So happy right now. This is like the best thing to happen to me. And it's taken away just like that. Easy, there's a rainbow. It's the afternoon now. I'm done with work and I'm sitting in my car, and I'm so excited to listen to this audiobook. You don't understand. I wanted to read it all of work. Like the whole time I was working, I was thinking about how I want to read this book so bad because you don't understand. I'm at like the most fun part right now, and I just want to know what happens. I'm just so excited. I really like this book. I think it's really fun. It's like fun in the way that a fantasy that's kind of predictable is. Like, you know what's gonna happen, but it's still fun reading how it happens. But that was what I wanted. I wanted something fun and easy and fun. and easy. I don't know why I'm saying that again. And this book is just that. It's very fun for me and I'm really enjoying it, and I cannot wait to listen to it on the way home and then read it tonight. I have noticed though, I feel like I'm not reading as much. I don't read very fast. I'm a pretty slow reader actually, but I have been able to finish books in like 3 to 4 days before, and I feel like I'm on day 4 of this and I'm only on chapter 13. Like I'm going very slowly through this book and I'm enjoying it, but I am much busier than I was before, so I have to keep that in mind. That's kind of what I wanted to do in this video, is see genuinely like how much can I read. I don't have any plans tonight other than just hanging out, so I really might just read. I'm not gonna lie, I really want to own the physical book, so I kind of want to go to Barnes and I kind of want to pick up the physical book because I just love it. And the paperback came out with the pretty sprayed sides and I want to own it before the sprayed sides go away. I don't know if that's like a temporary thing. I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye. I went through all of work today with a pimple patch on my face, and I was luckily wearing a mask for most of that, but every time I took my mask off I was like, don't look. I just finished chapter 15. That is all I'm gonna say right now. I'm so happy. I'm enjoying this book so much. I'm having so much fun right now. I keep dropping my Kindle. I'm having so much fun. My poor Kindle. I'm gonna keep reading like all night. I'm actually having so much fun with this book right now, and I'm so happy with how chapter 15 ended. If you know, you know. Okay, so I went to Barnes and I really was gonna buy the book, but 2 things, actually probably 3 things. The first reason is because I'm very picky about the quality of the books that I buy, and I like inspect every little angle of it. Even though I will probably damage the book, I want the damage to be from me. So I'm very picky about, especially like a special edition like that. And I found one that I kind of liked, but then the end was tilted up, so I did not really love the quality of any of them. Number 2, I don't really have room on my bookshelf, but like at that I don't really care, you know, that's fine. But then number 3 is that next Friday I get my paycheck. This is gonna make number 2 just sound so dumb, but next Friday I get my paycheck and I know that I'm already going to Barnes and I'm gonna buy like 5 books, so ignore number 2. Number 2 is not a thing. I'm gonna add more books to my bookshelf anyway, but I'm going to Barnes next Friday. I think next Friday or just sometime next week when I get my paycheck. I want to buy 5 books. I've like set that as my limit because I don't want to buy too much and spend too much. 5 is already so many, but I already have a list of all the books that I want, and then I was like, I guess I could just add that one onto that list. That's the situation. I didn't end up buying it. I'm always locked and loaded with this bad boy. I can still pretend I'm reading the special edition. I mean, look, to be honest, I was not gonna read on that special edition. Like, that's too special. I was gonna display it. All my stickers slid down. Like, I organized them really nicely because I thought people said you could do that, and then all my stickers are now a jumble. Hi, good morning. I have to talk so fast right now because it's currently 7:57 and I wanted to be in at work at 8. Okay, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but first off, I'm reading this book and I'm so in love with it. I'm just having so much fun right now. I love one of the dragons like so much. Like every time this dragon speaks, I'm like, I love you so much. And I do this thing, and I feel like this is why I love How to Train Your Dragon so much, but I find a cute animal or creature and I attribute it to my cat. Like I think that that is my cat every time I see it, and so I just like fall in love with it. Like Toothless is my cat, so every time I see Toothless, I'm like, oh my gosh, just want to like pet you. I just love you so much. And this dragon is my cat. For that reason alone, this could literally be a 5-star read for me, because like, oh my gosh, if an animal or creature or something in a book makes me think about my cat, that's it, I'm done for. Second thing is, this is like not a spoiler. When you read the book, you'll know there are like 2 love interests that you potentially could be with. One of them is so annoying. I'm sorry, I just cannot stand one of them. Every time he speaks, I'm like, get out. Shusho, I don't like you, but I'm enjoying it and I'm so happy and I'm having so much fun. And so that is my update. My boyfriend is coming over again tonight, so I probably won't read a lot, but I have the day off tomorrow, so trust that is the day that I will be reading. I will see you when I see you. I have my day off today. So it's Friday. I officially have the day off. I'm so excited. I had a slower morning. It's 11 a.m. and I finally was able to blow out my hair. I didn't do it because there's like hospital air. The minute you go in there, your blowout doesn't matter and your hair is greasy. So I was just letting my hair naturally do its thing, or putting it in braids, and I don't love that look on me. But yesterday I didn't get a lot of clips of it, but I went out to eat with my boyfriend and I think I just got a clip of the bread, but we actually both got salmon and it was so disappointing. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't take a video of it. It was
wasn't even that good. This was Maggiano's. I don't know if that's like everywhere, but their salmon is usually so good. I love the sauce that it comes in. It was just overcooked. And then afterwards we went to Barnes & Noble because I was talking about how I wanted that book, telling him about the book and about the dragons and how they remind me of my cat. And I was like, I really want the book with the sprayed edges, but I'm gonna wait until next week to buy it when I get my paycheck. And he was like, oh, I'll just get it for you today. Look what I have. I have Fourth Wing with the sprayed edges. So I have the book now. I'm so excited. I'm gonna put it on my shelf even though there's not really room to display it properly right now. One day it will be displayed. I didn't read anymore last night because then we came home and we watched a movie and I like basically fell asleep and I just passed out. I'm trying not to nap after work. I was good at it. I didn't nap the past 2 days, but that means I went to bed so early. I'm kind of in this state where I'm like waking up very early, going to bed very early. So I didn't read last night. I just passed out when he left. This morning, I didn't really read much either, but I'm going to read today because I have the day off. I think I'm on chapter 20 or chapter 20 something. I think I'm about 50% through the book now and I'm still really enjoying it. I feel like there's kind of a lull right now. I wouldn't say it's like boring, and I get like kind of bored easily, so I need it to be like fast, intense, especially romanticies. I don't love romance books, so when it kind of loses the intensity of whatever the fantasy aspect is bringing to it, I kind of get a little bit bored because I'm not like the biggest fan of just pure romance in books. I like just feel like it's a little bit predictable and boring, but I love it when it's intertwined with some tension with the fantasy, you know, an extra added thing to it. But I'm still really enjoying it. There are parts of it that like remind me of Avatar. I feel like everything reminds me of Avatar. The plan for today is I think I want to get a fun drink, like a matcha or a caramel latte or something, maybe like a pumpkin drink, and I want to read. I'm excited for my day off and to read more of this book because I have realized I cannot read as much as I normally could. Before I was working, I would just spend my whole day reading or listening to an audiobook. I can't do that because half my day is spent working and then I nap. I just got my coffee, the Honey Haze from Phil's, and it's delicious. And on the drive here, I listened to the deluxe album of The Secret of Us. I was about to say The Story of Us by Taylor Swift, but no, it was The Secret of Us by Gracie Abrams. Her album, the deluxe album, came out today, and I saw her live like 2 weekends ago, and I was in Chicago, so I heard her sing Cool live. So I listened to the recorded version for the first time. It was so good, and the song Packing It Up genuinely made me cry. Like, it made me tear up because I just loved it so much. My bed's not made, my room's a mess, so let's choose to ignore it. It's Saturday. I worked this morning, but I didn't say anything in the car or really talk about it. I changed, I got ready for the day. I'm gonna go on a little fall walk with my boyfriend, and we're probably gonna get a fun drink or something, and we might read a little bit. So I'm still reading Fourth Wing, but I'm currently this far into it. It's like a little over 100 pages left, and it's still really good. I'm still really enjoying it. It actually is going so fast because I'm reading it on my Kindle, and I went to the book to try and figure out where I was, and I was so shocked at how far in I was. I thought I had a lot more to go. One of my favorite things about the book is that the main character is someone who really likes to learn and knows a lot of knowledge about their world. So she just casually mentions things, which is teaching the reader about the world and helping build the world without them just like outright doing it. It's a very subtle way to teach us things about this world, and I really like that they do that. I still love one of the dragons. I still hate one of the guys, but I really like the other one. But it's still super fun, and it's reminding me a lot about Divergent. If you saw that movie, they have this game they play, like Capture the Flag, I think, but a more intense version, and I feel like they do something like that in this school, but it's more specific to dragons and what they do, so it's not Capture the Flag, but it's something similar. And I'm just reading it like, this is really reminding me a lot about Divergent, but I did love Divergent. So, and there are different parts of it that remind me of Avatar too. Yeah, hopefully I can finish it today or tomorrow. Hopefully the whole week will be spent on this one book, but at least it's a good one. And I guess it is a pretty long book. It's like 530 pages. It's not like a super short book. It is what it is, and at least I'm still having time to read, and at least I'm enjoying my book. I will catch up with you guys when I read a little bit more and give you some more thoughts on my book. It's actually like literally the next week. The last clips you saw were from Sunday when I was hanging out with my friend all day and I forgot to record the rest of the day, and I honestly didn't really read much that day. Realistically, what I read in a week while working was I think about 400 pages of this book, so I didn't finish it. But I didn't want to record then because I wanted to give you guys my thoughts on this book, so I ended up finishing it like the next 2 days, and then I was too busy with work to record. So now we're literally on next Friday and I finished this book and I'm actually already like halfway through the second book. I didn't chat about this one yet, so let's do that now. I wrote down some notes on my phone so that I have a lot of thoughts to give you. But overall, I thought this was just a very fun book. If you want to just turn your brain off and have a fun classic fantasy read. It was a mix of Divergent and How to Train Your Dragon. I really feel like there were so many elements of that in here. I also saw some elements of ACOTAR. I ended up giving this book 4 stars, but as you guys saw, I was having so much fun reading this book. Specifically the first like 2/3 of this book, it was so much fun. I didn't want to put it down. I loved the characters. I loved the dragons so much. They just remind me of cute little creatures. I loved them so much. And I enjoyed a lot of the characters. There were a few characters specifically who were just very, very annoying to me, and I just did not like them at all every time they spoke, but I feel like that was probably the point of their character. But some parts that kind of threw me off was about 2/3 into the book. It got a little bit boring for me. It kind of slowed down, and it is a romantasy, but I feel like it was very insta love. I don't feel like there was a very big connection that was built between the characters. It was kind of like, oh, suddenly I love you, and I hate books like that. There's definitely smut in this book. That's not really my thing. I usually skip through it, but I don't really care if it's like someone else's thing. But I will say, sometimes I notice when there's smut in books, sometimes they kind of take away a lot of the emotional romantic building and kind of replace it with smut, and that's how they progress relationships instead of like a lot of emotional bonding, which kind of makes the relationship feel a bit more insta love. I thought the writing style was fun. I liked how the author integrated knowledge to help the world building, because the main character was really into history and knew a lot about the world, so she would randomly just pour in information. I also like at the beginning of each chapter they would give you a little bit of information. The context of that is pretty interesting and you figure it out more while you get to the end of the book, and I really liked that part of it. And I will say, although I was a little bit bored 2/3 into it, the ending really picked up and was so much fun. I was glued to the end. I wanted to figure out what happened. It was very high stakes, very intense, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I teared up at one part too. I will say I predicted the ending, so when you get to the end, literally the end of this book, I predicted that, and I think it's crazy that you know who lied about that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil, but I feel like you'll understand what I'm saying if you read this. I will say it was a cliffhanger, and I really wanted to get to the second book and figure out what they do about it. That's why I picked up the second book. I'm usually not one to just go from book to book. I kind of get bored and I want something in between, but this book had me. I wanted to pick it up, but I do know that people say the second book isn't as good, and I'm enjoying it, but it is a little bit slower for sure. Those are my thoughts on Fourth Wing. I can totally see why it became such a popular book. Do I think it's the best written book in the whole entire world? No. But did I have fun reading it? Yes. And I had my own little issues with it, like the insta love and a little bit of it being boring, but other than that, it really was a fun book, and I do recommend it, but I'm sure people are tired of hearing this recommendation. But that is the one book that I read in a week, because apparently it's very hard to read and also work. I was getting used to my schedule and I was napping literally every single day because I just could not handle waking up that early, but now I have not napped this week and I'm being really good about that, and I'm reading a lot more, so I feel like I want to redo this video idea once I've kind of gotten more used to my work schedule, because then maybe we'll see a more realistic what I can read in a week. Thank you so much for watching and for being here, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!